Blade Stabdagger and Nobuyuki Hidoi. You might want to say, Cal, it's almost the main event of the first half of our show. That's why it's right here on that. I think it's no disrespect to these two fighters. This is an absolute a blockbuster of a match. It's amazing these two have not done battle before. Their paths have not crossed. And a bit of a touch of the gloves to start. Nobuyuki Hidoi representing Japan. And again, we've talked about this before. And we'll most certainly talk about it again later in the evening. About Japan's desperate attempt for a hero in KUMITE. Nobuyuki Hidoi, if I recall, is the only Japanese fighter to have won a KUMITE tournament. And that's so long ago. Oh God, a stop right to the face! Jesus!
But I like what Hidoi is doing. If you notice, at least when they were on the feet, he's been working the body, and that's what he's got to do in order to take down Stabdagger. He's got to work his times, get inside, and continually work that body. He's got to cut it down. He's got to chop it down. And with Stabdagger, he's got to go head hunting, and head hunting hard against Hidoi. Hidoi is a guy who can drag a fight out, but if he takes too many close shots to the head, the fight's going to be over quicker than quick.
Yes, I think the Achilles heel of the taller fighter like Blade Stabdagger is that, you know, when you're protecting the head, it's so much more just spatial area to cover. You have your body wide open. That a smaller fighter like Hidoi can work his way in. Yes, trying to return the favor, but I don't think he caught it as well as Stabdagger did. And again, that's just, you know, we're so happy that we're in Japan where that sort of violent movement can be legal.
And Hidoi, like I said, he's doing the strategy right. He's getting inside, he's working the body in order to land those headshots. And the accumulation of blows to the body and blows to the head, oh, beautiful.
No doubt the case there. Hidoi just trying to work his way inside again. That's the strategy that happens when you have this huge height and reach differential. But a big walloping right by Stabdagger. And it's amazing to see, you know, we talk about Stabdagger landing a few good ones.
Oh, Stabdagger, I mean, he's not the most precise fighter. He telegraphs some of his punches, but he's got the size and he's got the distance. And when he hits you with those looping hooks, it's night-night. Goodbye, Irene. Yep.
Well, you can't train genetics, and he's got that. He has hit the genetic jackpot. Has Blade Stabdagger, and of course you see he's got that clinch, got him up against the ropes, the corner. If Stabdagger can, tries to throw a knee, good block by Hidoi, just threw his hands right in the front, and that could easily break a hand or break a couple fingers with that kind of force. I mean, you know, they always say when you throw a knee, it's like one big knuckle just bashing you right in the face of the body.
Oh yeah. And honestly, you can't teach genetics, but you can't teach hard either, and that's what Hidoi has run on.
He certainly does, and I think that's what keeps him in the hearts of the Japanese KUMITE fans. They're desperate for a Japanese champion. Maybe Hidoi can make the comeback and do that again. He's been the only one to actually do that. We've seen Fork Enomoto, who we're going to see later on in the broadcast. He has come very close. Hidoi is the only man from Japan who has made it to the pinnacle of KUMITE. He is the only Japanese-born, the hometown champion. And you understand, Japan is starved for a homegrown champion again. Perhaps it can be Hidoi for the second time.
Right, and you know, they're beloved. Every fighter in KUMITE is beloved by certain groups of fans. But the local love that people like Hidoi or get, that's an insane amount of pressure.
Well, it's country pride, Cal. It absolutely is. You have your home country. This takes place. This is a Japanese promotion. If as a Japanese fan, you imagine you'd want to see a Japanese champion, and that's the thing. Ever since July of 2014, we have not had this. That's just KO the Japanese hero.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, he is not moving. Just the ground and pound. The size was too much. And Blade Stabdagger has done the win, has done him in. He has gotten the huge victory. And you know, nothing against Blade Stabdagger. I think we were painting a really vivid picture of Hidoi. We weren't giving enough props to Blade Stabdagger here. He is an absolute force to be reckoned with.
Oh no, he is a genetic monster. Like I said, I think he telegraphs his punches too much. He feel a little bit crisper. But when he lands, If he lands just one punch, that can change the tide of the fight in an instant. And that's what happened here. When he landed that looping hook and knocked Hidoi a little bit silly, that's when it was almost lights out for Hidoi. He had to fight back
No
from
doubt.
a lot, and he was able to continue, but you don't continue much further after one of those beautiful